John and Darren's office chairs provided by GT Omega Racing. You can check them out at gtomegaracing.com.
Welcome to This Week Inside Sim Racing, November 30th, 2016 edition. I'm John Sable, and joining me, Darren Ganji.
Hey, everybody. John?
I was gonna let you do the sound test.
Oh, so first of all, I'd like to thank John for my new. I guess we could say this is my Christmas present. Now,
Yes.
Thank you, John. He got me a Yeti. So let me know, everybody out there, how it sounds. Too loud, too low. We can make some adjustments. We tried to figure it out pre-show, but anyway. Let us know in chat. Why don't you, John, take everybody through what we got on today's show, and I'll watch chat and see if I need to make any adjustments. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
I can definitely hear you there. That's perfect. Like Darren said, we worked on it before the show, but sometimes these things change when we go live. Today's show, short news section. Wasn't a whole lot of items and kind of picked out the best of the bunch. Talking Assetto Corsa, some console news, and an update that was released the other day. At least on one console, chat about that. Had a cool little blog post that Billy did talking about Fanatec and the PlayStation 4 future and what's going to happen in 2017. We'll chat about that. And then Forza Horizon 3 had their Blizzard Mountain expansion release date announced yesterday and some information in terms of cars, but not too much more. So we'll chat more about that. Happenings, going to talk a little bit about Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, and both Darren and I had our credit cards going, and also see what you guys bought. And then I want to talk a little bit some VR. I had a video put out last week and been using it some more, and kind of just want to talk about different things going on in virtual reality land. And lastly, that poll question, were you impressed by the sales this year for Black Friday? Questions up here, just a yes no type thing, but just kind of curious to, and that's kind of like sim racing or electronics, kind of general stuff. I would have wrote that, but YouTube's driving me nuts. They give you like 50 characters to use. So short questions.
Sounds good to me. So it sounds. Speaking of sound, everybody says it sounds good. So loud and clear.
Perfect.
So, thanks again, John, for my new Yeti microphone. This thing, I don't know. I read good reviews about this thing. This is what I was using before, but definitely didn't have the adjustability. Same company, too, Blue.
Yeah.
Anybody want to buy a Blue Snowball from me? Anyway, so let's get on with the news. Assetto Corsa console news. Confirmed in AC forums that consoles won't be getting photo mode or full-length replays. Custom championships can't come soon enough. Hopefully the update for the third Porsche DLC 1.11 will include those. And then just a handful of other fixes, upgrade physics engine and network protocol to bring them in line with the PC version of Assetto Corsa as of release 1.9. Anyway, nothing major. But just a bunch of... hold on.
No, there's some stuff of note here.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't scroll down. There's more. So, added support for Porsche-specific car features and special events. Speaking of which, John, I need to get that second code from you again. It was on Skype, and I guess I can try to go scroll back and look for it. Anyway, from Sickhead Racing in the comments section, I wish they would also mention in the changelog what they took away. So no more proximity arrows, no more looking left or right buttons, at least not for all configurations except G29 wheel. Completely changed button mappings, no additions, simply replace them. Why do they change such substantial things? Seems like they only fixed blah, 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 blah. Also from Twitter, Sean Cobb. Plenty of bugs with G29 and DLC not yet available in North America.
Yeah. So this was interesting, and I didn't that comment, that Sickhead Racing, that comment was on the blog post we had on our website. And the interesting thing is, I was driving Assetto Corsa the last few days working on that Hori wheel review, and I drove it. I did a bunch of driving before the patch, and then yesterday I had to do a little bit more B-roll capture, and then I drove it after the patch. It took me like 30 minutes to download. It takes so long to install some of these patches, and I did a race and I didn't notice it, but I'm gonna take his word for it. But yeah, I guess I got rid of the proximity arrows, and I've heard multiple things about now the wheel mapping being kind of all a mess, which it wasn't. It wasn't great to begin with because you couldn't do any custom mapping. It was just, here's your 2 different presets and good luck. But I guess it's a little more jacked up now. So, yeah, things, one step forward, 2 step back sometimes on these releases. But it is good now that I guess that it sounds like the consoles in terms of physics and sounds are now in line with the PC.
Yeah, they were talking about that initially, that they would catch up. So I'm assuming now that they'll stay in line as they move forward with updates.
Hopefully. Oh, and one thing of note, it was supposed to be for both consoles yesterday, but only the PS4 patch got out. It sounded like the Xbox One had some last-minute issue. So this isn't yet out for the Xbox One. It almost sounded like they had to resubmit it. So, yeah, maybe that's going to be a little bit of a delay for that one.
I gotta stop watching chat, and I don't know if people are BSing us or not. And the guy bullshit detective. Whoa, what's wrong with the sound, guys? Everybody else says it sounds fine.
What's wrong with it is it sounds good this week.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Hopefully.
John got tired of the people moaning and groaning about how bad my sound was, and now I'm gonna blame, instead of Skype, I'm gonna blame this microphone. Which I didn't get any complaints like using it in Skype. Anyway, I don't know.
I guess they're saying you're a little loud, so maybe you can put yourself down slightly.
That I can do.
Yes.
Here, I just turned me down a little bit there.
There we go. Like I said, we kind of got to see. It's always kind of changed when we go live, and Darren's voice carries a lot more than mine. Okay.
So we're saying sound is fine. People are saying sound is fine. All right. So, John, you go ahead and take the next one.
Okay, next one, a little bit of news out of Fanatec camp, and this is from an interview that Thomas from Fanatec gave to Game Reactor TV, and essentially talking about the whole PlayStation 4 support. It was supported earlier this year, at least on the CSW V2. And then support went away over some licensing deal. But the summation of this interview that you can go watch on our website is that they are working on a PlayStation 4 supported wheel to come out later this year.
Hold on, let's stop. Bring that image back up, please, John.
Oh. There you go.
What the hell, Thomas? Dude!
He's been sporting this look for a while.
It's getting worse. I mean, he is looking like serious caveman action here. Tom Jones. Man, Thomas looks homeless. Man, Thomas, if you're watching this, I've known you for a long... Dude, buddy, you look much better clean shaven and clean cut. You are looking ragged, bro. Jeez.
Oh,
maybe I need to go with the full caveman look.
Oh, that is funny. One thing that was interesting in this story, besides Thomas's fashion statement, is
sorry, John, for cutting you off there. I saw that picture and I had to comment.
No, that's funny. What's interesting is it was the first time I've kind of heard an explanation from Fanatec talking about like why the PlayStation stuff wasn't officially licensed. Like if you remember back a year ago when it came out with the Xbox One Universal Hub, that Xbox branding all over it. It was very clear there's an Xbox One branded and licensed, and the PlayStation never had that. Well, they said that like I guess when Sony first started having peripherals for the PS4, they had something where they didn't make you have like official license during this initial phase thing. But I guess eventually Sony decided to phase that out and kind of renege on that. So yeah, so that's kind of where that all came from. But there are There are workarounds if you go on our website and look at that story and then look at the comments section, which is kind of interesting.
Well, that's good for them. I mean, that they're working on a PS4 wheel.
Yes.
Now, let's John speak up, please. Man, you guys, Darren's overmodulating. Majority are saying sounds great.
Don't worry, I turned mine up slightly. We'll see how
And
it
I
goes.
turned mine down. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Now I'm at the 9 o'clock, John, by the way.
Okay.
Anyway. You know, at least we're not as bad as... I watch MLB TV a lot, John.
Yeah.
And I watch Intentional Talk with Chris Rose and Kevin Millar. Kevin Millar had a bug on his ear and he was like scratching. They were talking about facial hair and body hair, so at least we're like, ours is related to the show for the most part. Anyway, next
At this
up.
point.
Are we done with Fanatec?
Yep, we're done with that.
You guys shut up, okay? Cut the shit in chat about too dark, too light, too loud, too... whatever. This is a live show. Our other shows don't do that, so... Anyway. Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard Mountain expansion release date confirmed. It's due to arrive on December the 13th and will bring alpine conditions to the Forza franchise for the first time. Snow, ice, blizzards, and extreme elevations are some of the most testing driving conditions imaginable. List of cars included in the Blizzard Mountain expansion pack 2016 for Gymkhana 9, Focus RS RT, Gymkhana. 1965 Ford F100, 1975 Lancia Stratos, 1985 Lancia Delta, 2016 Nissan Titan Warrior Concept, 2016 RJ Anderson number 37 Polaris, blah, 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 2016 Subaru WRX STI VT15R rally car. Could these companies add any more letters and numbers to the name of their cars? Jesus.
Hey, don't test them.
Barn Find car to be announced. The new expansion pack features a major new event. The King of the Mountain Challenge allows players the opportunity to compete in several events to become King of the Mountain. In total, there will be in excess of 50 new events and challenges to participate in. So anyway, the Blizzard Mountain expansion pack is available as part of the Forza Horizon 3 expansion pass, which retails for $34.99. Be available on Xbox One and PC on December the 13th. If you're planning to purchase the pack separately, pricing for this option has not yet been confirmed.
Yes, and as someone put, snow all over Australia? Yeah, exactly. So, kind of odd. By the way, Darren, you were clipping a little bit there on my settings here, so turn it down a little more.
I'm going to turn it down in Skype.
Okay.
Watch
but
then,
yeah.
Then people are going to say, we can't hear Darren, we can't hear Darren.
Yeah, well, we'll keep playing with it.
What the hell? No wonder.
Oh, reset all your stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a lot lower now. But yeah, no, this mountain pack is funny. I feel like Turn 10 was like, okay, we want to have an expansion that we can charge $35 for, and it's wintertime. What do? Oh, we'll do a Blizzard Mountain thing. Wait, there's really not that much snow in Australia? Who cares? We're doing it anyway.
Yeah. This is so every Forza Horizon they've done this. They've come out with a big expansion pack, and they usually end up charging $35. You know what? This is common in the industry, just the video game industry in general. You know, it's no secret I play first-person shooters as well, and so Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront has had. You know, there's a bunch of different packs you could buy. You could buy the Deluxe and the Ultimate pack. I'm starting to play Battlefield 1. Same thing. You can buy the Standard, Deluxe, or Ultimate pack. Ultimate gets you all the DLC. So, and that's like $100 for that Ultimate Battlefield 1. And it was like that with Star Wars, too. So, anyway, this is common theme now. This is a very common theme in gaming. And it's, you know, they're wanting to get the most out of their franchise. So, Anyway,
What was the? Do you remember what the expansion was for Horizon 2? Because I don't recall it.
I remember it came out here. Let's Google is our friend.
Yes. Jack asking why can't DLC be free? Well, I mean, when it's a big, I think there's nothing wrong with it when it's a big expansion, as long as it's going and incorporating a bunch of new events and stuff like that, which that's what this is doing. I mean, I think it's fine for it to have to spend money for it. $35 isn't inexpensive. I mean, when the game started off at $60, if you bought the regular retail version, 35 isn't cheap. So hopefully there's a fair amount to it.
Yeah, Storm Island people in chat are saying it.
Gotcha.
Was the Forza Horizon 2. Now
Right.
what about Forza Horizon 1? Guys, was there a expansion pack like that in 1? So, anyway, yeah, let me see if my audio said nope, it's still at the same.
Go ahead and drop your audio down a little bit more on the Yeti.
Yeti. Better?
Yep. I think
Better?
so. I'm watching the levels and it was still a little high. So
So here's a question: is it colder in Ohio or Washington?
today it's like, or yesterday it got up to like 70, but we're about to get cold again. I know, that's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot colder here. We had actually snow, not yesterday morning, a couple mornings ago. Lots of snow in the mountains. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 20s here next week. We're supposed to get like a major cold snap. So I think your winter goes later goes more into like March or so, doesn't it, John?
I mean, the winter here is normally probably about the same as Spokane, and can go, winter here can go like into May. The weather's been weird this year. We were cold a couple weeks, like last week we were pretty cold, and now it's warmed back up. But we're gonna be cold here starting tomorrow, back down into the 40s. Okay.
That's it for the news.
That's the news. That's the quickest 3 stories this week. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about, so off we go.
Yeah. Wow. 20 minutes and we're through the news.
As well as I said on Twitter, we have plenty of time to do Q&A this week. I know last week we had to cut it off short.
Yep. So start putting your questions for Q&A in. We're getting to that pretty soon anyway, so we can start adding questions to the list if you guys have some.
By the way, that is degrees Fahrenheit. That's not Celsius. I saw some people with their heads exploding.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're talking Fahrenheit here. The incorrect measurements. Not incorrect, but anyway. I prefer metric on pretty much everything, including temperature. But I have no control over that here.
Yes.
Sure, we could just start talking Celsius, but man, we were getting way off subject. So happenings, Black Friday and Cyber Monday haul. So, John, what did you get?
So, boy, this has been an expensive holiday. In my opinion, there were a lot of good sales, which is part of the reason why I have put that poll question up.
Actually, you know what, John? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. You know what? There was a news item. I guess maybe you didn't see it in the iRacing forums. I think it was posted yesterday that we should talk about, and we don't have any images or anything. But did you see that Dirt is not coming out in this update?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Tony just posted in the forum yesterday that Dirt it's mostly done, they're saying, but there's a few little things that could mean a lot that they want to iron out before they release it. So they're looking like the next build, maybe midway through season 1.
Yeah,
but it is definitely not coming out in this build.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, that stuff. I mean, it must have been something fairly significant considering the way they've been kind of putting out the templates for the cars and some of the images, and there was a quick little like Facebook video of I think Steve Myers driving. they're still always saying, it's still development. We'll see. We're hoping for it, but yeah, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, and before we move on to, I'm going to pull up that forum post because there was some stuff that I didn't know they were doing, which is really cool. Here it is. Build update next week. So for Dirt, have a few smaller things that are still lingering, and we want to nail this down to our satisfaction. The small things can make a big difference. We would not expect it to release by year end either, with the year winding down and holidays, etc. The good news is we feel we're close, still optimistic, blah, blah, blah. We would do a mid-season release if the Dirt feature was ready. As far as content, they have Eldora, Williams Grove, and a Dirt version of USA about done, and more tracks in the works already. They have a 305 and 350, 305, 358, and 410, I'm assuming horsepower versions of the Dirt Super Late model. They have a wingless Dirt 410 Sprint. They have a winged sprint car, including 305, 360, and 410 versions. Blah, 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 blah. And this is what was interesting. We also have a Dirt version of the NASCAR truck. That's new news.
Yeah, that is new.
And a Dirt version of the Legends car.
Okay.
So that's new, too.
Is that new? I don't know if that one's new.
I don't remember hearing about that one.
I don't remember now.
Also, much more coming and already in the works, including Global Rally Cross. Then they talk about Time Attack, this new hot lapping competition we think is going to be great fun. We were close on this new feature and also would release it at a point in time, not necessarily needing to wait until a season end build. So that doesn't look like it's coming. Also working on X Audio 2, animation and graphics, new forums, finally. Man, their forums dated.
I posted something today and I had a nice triple post.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had those too. New forums physics, and new InSim UI, which, man, they talked about that almost 2 years ago or something like that. So, sorry guys, I missed some questions. Now I'm going to grab some questions. John, you go ahead and continue on back to. Let's go back to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I just remembered that stuff.
No, that was good. I missed that. That was a lot of good information there.
See, people, I am in tune with what's going on in sim racing. Even though there was some comments that say I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and all we do is talk about iRacing and Thrustmaster, John.
Well,
I don't know.
I saw. We only talk about one of the two things. So I guess we're doing okay today.
And that's all I play. That's all I drive is iRacing.
Well, yeah, and that is something people got to understand. It's amazing these days. I mean, I think back to when I was a fan of the show Inside Sim Racing, back 2000, back towards the beginning, 9 years ago. There wasn't that much stuff to talk about. There was a lot of R-Factor 2 mods, and there was, Logitech come out with a new wheel, and, eventually Fanatec kind of started coming out with stuff, but it's like, these days, software and hardware side, there is so much stuff to talk about that we can't possibly cover everything. We try our best, so just because we don't necessarily cover the one thing that, a couple things that you care about, doesn't mean we're not, paying attention to things.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that we don't like it. There's no secret we have a preference, and it has nothing to do with any ties or anything. I mean, it's just the bottom line is it's what John and I prefer to do.
Sure, we got opinions, which is what this is about.
And it's not that I don't like the other stuff. I love pretty much every title on the market. I mean, sure, just like we do in our reviews, there's pros and cons, and I'm just grabbing questions here. There's a ton of them. There's pros and cons to every title and every piece of hardware on the market, and we do our best to give you our opinion on those. I mean, there's cons to iRacing. We just mentioned one of them. Their forum sucks. It's dated. It's a dated piece of software that obviously they know they gotta upgrade. I was hoping to have Dirt, coming next week, but we don't. But we know it's coming. So anyway, we love it all, guys. Yep.
Okay, Black Friday. So yes, it was very expensive for me this year. Something that I got on Black Friday. You can see behind me. I got a tool case now. Picked that up on sale after being out there in Washington. And Darren had a nice tool case. It's like, oh man, I need one. I'm just losing stuff left and right. Can never find a tape measure or Allen wrenches, and we're doing a lot of work on the house, so got one of those. Sim racing wise related, I should say, I picked up where is that at? Right here. Oh, there it is. So I picked up a new TV for some console duty, since this was on.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, this was for a really good sale, 50-inch TV. And also, Darren, the TV I brought back is starting to give up the ghost.
Is it?
Yeah, the buttons are starting to not work, and since it doesn't have a remote, it's kind of important. So I was like, this was really good price, so I picked this up. So now I got something.
That thing had some serious miles on it.
Oh yes. I don't know why it ended like that. So pick that up.
I don't know if you knew this too. I bought that thing used.
Okay, so
what was it? What was the brand? It's that big heavy ass one.
Yeah, is it? What brand is that? I don't know. It's back here, but I can't see what the front of it is. I think no, it's a Vizio. It's an old Vizio.
Vizio, that's the brand.
Yeah. So and then that was me driving the Hori wheel there. That review will be out on Friday, and then for scheduled stuff, that'll be on Friday, and then tomorrow Billy's test drive of one of the Porsches in Assetto Corsa will be out. So picked up that, and then I also got. Let's see if I can pick this up and not pull the mic down. Something else that's been getting up the ghost are my Logitech speakers that Darren gifted me last year. And the right speaker has been essentially not really working for the last 3 months. And I don't know why. Logitech normally makes really good stuff, but it's been going out. So when all the sales started coming out, there was a sale on Amazon for the really nice Logitech gaming speakers, and I actually hit up Darren on Skype about it. But I missed the sale. They're like usually $360, and they were only for like $200, and I missed it. And I was kicking myself. I was so pissed. Because Darren, you said those that's what Sim Experience uses, and they're really good. Yeah,
the Z906. That's a badass. That's they're pretty much their top of the line, I think.
Yep, it was $200.
What'd you get?
So for $220, I bought speakers that I couldn't find for cheaper than $550. These guys. Let me see a better picture there. It's still in the box.
Ooh, look at that! You haven't even taken them out yet.
I haven't even taken them out yet.
Nice. When did you get them?
I bought these, I don't know, during one of the sales. I think that was last week. So yes, I got that. Those things are like normally $550, $560, and I got them for $220. So, and then also picked up a base. So I need to hook those up, and then I need to hook up those pucks and get going on that Sim Vibe video that's a year plus in the making.
Yeah, you do. Come on, man.
Yes. Well,
I'm about to ask for that stuff back.
I know.
Give it to someone that'll use it. Someone saw my butt kicker shirt. And was asking, are they still in business? And because Scott Holmes, I don't know if he's still in chat. He has been waiting months to get a game or two. Okay. And butt kicker, man, I don't know what their supply chain. They've had issues. They'll be out of stock for 6 months at a time. Luckily, and so I saw somebody in chat say Sim Experience carries them. We carry the butt kicker LFD minis. It's like a special Sim Vibe version. It's got some differences to the regular one. And we've had them in stock. As a matter of fact, I saw we just placed an order for more. So, because Black Friday we had them on sale for like $85 each, I think. But yeah, people can't find them anywhere. So, anywho, any other goodies, John? Before I get to mine.
That was it for sim racing. Angela's in chat here, and she's like, "We got a saw," and it was all sorts of purchases. I am a suit. I'm drained, and Darren just ran off. If I could find Angela, if you're watching, come bring me a utility knife. If I have a way to open up this box, I'll do a live unboxing.
So, here's one thing I got.
Nice.
This is for my gaming system, not for my racing system. Yeah, thank goodness I remember my pants on. So I've been upgrading my PC that I've got sitting right here. So I just put that. I had my old 780 in it, and you guys can see it down there. I don't want to mess with my camera. I got it positioned pretty perfect right now. I think I told you, John, I had set my old triples up, 120 hertz triples, and the 780 was just barely pushing. I mean, it was not handling Battlefield 1, which is another Black Friday purchase I got. That was like 33% off. So I got that. And then, you can't see it here, but I ended up getting a BenQ 30, what is it, XR 3501?
Yes.
Did I get that right?
You did get that right. Nice.
Hey. So I got my nice curved BenQ here for gaming, and I gotta say, man, what a friggin' upgrade from that 780 to that 1070. And with this BenQ, oh, man, I friggin' love Battlefield 1. I have been up every night till like 1, 2 in the morning playing that game. By the way, if there's anybody that plays that on the PC, hit me up privately, Darren at isrtv.com, and maybe we could hook up and go try to kick some butt. But man, I love that game. Anyway, so I got that. I got that monitor. The monitor, I got it refurbed. It was like 500 and something bucks. I got it on Amazon, which was a great deal. And then just bought some Black Friday and Cyber Monday presents, Christmas presents for people. So someone's asking, did I ditch triples? So on this system, I had my old triple monitors hooked up. On my racing, no. My racing PC, no. So, but here I have, someone just bought Battlefield 1. Scott, if he's still in here, used to be a big first-person shooter guy. We used to do some serious first-person shooting. But anyway, I got a curved monitor for here, which, man, it fits perfect on my desk. Sure, I'd love triples, but that, the resolution I have now and the extra screen space is just awesome. So anyway, that's all I got.
I did some unboxing.
Oh, did you?
This is the center speaker. This thing weighs a ton. This is so heavy.
How do you pronounce the name of that?
I don't know. Clips?
Clippich?
Yeah, someone wants to put how you're supposed to spell it down in or pronounce it in chat. But no, this is nice. No wonder why this stuff is so expensive. So I am excited.
Does it come with mounting points?
Yes, this can be hard mounted, which is going to be the plan. And there's, I don't say anything now, but I do have some kind of plans for the studio here in 2017. I might do a video on it at some point. Clips. But anyway, I got some plans here, so those will be included and probably wall mounted and that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to get these things up and going. And then now that I got these, I can set up those butt kickers, because setting up the butt kickers on those Logitechs that were crackling and breaking, that wasn't gonna work.
But someone was asking the model number. I think it was Peter. Yeah, Peter Enter.
Let me see. I'll have to go. I'll look it up here. But let's see. I'll look it up a little bit later while we're in Q&A.
10-4.
So, okay. Let's see. I think so. Yeah. So, this kind of floats right into the poll question we got up here. Did you guys think it was a good Black Friday / Cyber Monday? Oh, that's right. One other thing, sim racing, more related. We had this story up on our website. Cyber Monday, Thrustmaster had some crazy sales on Amazon. And it's past now, but it was just so crazy. I kind of wanted to point it out. You get the Evo Alcantara wheel rim here, normally $180, was only for $100. And then you get the whole T3PA pedal set with the T300 and then the Alcantara rim for only $300, $170 off on Monday. And then the base, which usually went for $260, was down to $175. So, and then another thing I saw were the T3PA Pros, normally $150, were for $100. So yeah, if hopefully if you were in the market looking for new stuff and you were looking at some of the Thrustmaster stuff, hopefully you got on that on Monday, because that was a good sale and they're not on sale anymore.
That was a great sale. There were some just some great sales on everything. That's the other thing I bought myself, two PS4 games, $25 each, normally like $60, from Walmart. I got FIFA 17 because one of my daughters likes to play FIFA, and every once in a while we'll you bet Brianna, John, obviously.
Yep.
You play volleyball with her.
Yep.
So Brianna loves to play FIFA. And I bought FIFA 15 from Hastings before they went out of business, a used one, and we were going to hook it up for Thanksgiving, and the friggin' thing didn't work.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't return it. So I got that for $25, and I got Division, which was a game, Tom Clancy Division, which, anyway. So that was the other things I got, too. So what did you guys get?
Yes.
Tell us in chat. What did you guys get? Anywho, then you put on the thing for Happenings, VR Talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to. There's been some interesting things kind of going on in VR land, and I hit it on a little bit in this this video that put out over the weekend of me driving Assetto Corsa, driving the LMP1 Porsche, which, by the way, very cool car and a very cool experience in VR. I will say I do know there's a lot of comments on this video talking about frame rate, and I will go back and I will work on that. I didn't think it was too bad. And also, I still think the new head motion that now is you get in VR with Assetto Corsa has part to do with it. But I will work on that some more. But no, very cool car. But one thing I was able to do was I was able to turn up the super sampling to 2, which maybe that was part of the problem. I think there's some other settings that need to go down first.
That definitely could make a difference there.
It could, but I mean, at least this was the capture. I mean, when I was running in VR, it was running fine. It's really the capture that was, if anything, more choppy looking.
Chugging.
But no, I mean, at 2, running in Assetto Corsa, it looks pretty damn good. Like it really kind of it is kind of getting to the point where it's like, this might be, I can deal with this. Like this, this might change my opinion a little more on the current generation of headsets. And part of the reason why that was able to be done was 2 things. It sounds like there's some new. I'm gonna pull up the story here. There's some new software that Oculus came out with that I saw in the story that essentially allows games to run at 45 frames per second. And they kind of do some cheating to make it not look crappy, essentially. You can see this side-by-side comparison here, what it looks like when a game's running at 45, and then what it is with this ASW, which is, what is this? Asynchronous Space Warp, whatever that means. But as you see, the picture on the right looks pretty smooth. So I'm kind of wondering between this and then NVIDIA put out some new drivers earlier this month. I don't remember which number it was a few weeks back that seems to be running a lot better in VR. But overall, it's seeming like now VR is running better and you can kind of turn eye candy up with the super sampling. And that kind of makes it a whole new ballgame, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I don't know, but I keep on planning to do some more VR and more playing around with settings and super sampling and blah blah blah.
Very cool, John. And sorry, I'm a little sidetracked getting Q&A stuff. Gave people my screen name, my battle. Actually, it's battle. It's my origin screen name.
Okay.
I wish Scott was still here because I know he would remember it. It was one I used to use back when I was doing a lot of first person shooting. Captain Evil 1.
That's pretty good though. I mean, I think that'd be gone.
No, yeah, I used that one off and on. Well, I haven't used it in a while. I was just DGanji 11, I think, was when I first started playing. I'm like, I got to change this. I'm seeing all these unique, creative screen names when I'm getting killed by people in Battlefield. So I had to go back to Captain Evil 1. And hopefully if I get good again, I'll because I used to be pretty damn good at first-person shooters, if I do say so myself. Because I used to get people saying, I hate you, Captain Evil 1! And I loved that because I'd be, like, mowing people down. Anyway, I'm starting to get the hang of it. I got myself, this is the other thing I got. I got myself a gaming mouse. Check out all the buttons on that thing, John.
That's obnoxious. How do you keep track of all those? Have you tried yet?
Yeah, it's hard. I just use like the top 3 for the most part. And then I got 2 extra buttons here. It's hard to keep track of all.
Because this one I have has, it's hard to see, but it has like has 6 buttons, and that's hard enough.
And then I got a gaming keyboard too.
Oh man, look at that!
Check it out. I can change colors on it.
Ooh, So man, you're ready to go and do all your first-person shooters.
Yep, I've officially dove back into that rabbit hole. I have a hard time playing. Actually, I got a gamepad right here. I have a hard time being accurate using the sticks when it comes to killing people.
It is tougher.
I'm so much more precise with the mouse. So, no, I have not tried. Matter of fact, Wayne, I am interested in trying. I don't think Battlefield or Battlefront's compatible. Have I tried a first-person shooter in VR? And no, I haven't. But if there's one that comes out, I'll definitely give it a try. That'd be crazy. Darren is like a 10-year-old kid now. Yeah. My wife laughs at what a little boy I am when it comes to this stuff. No, it's not mechanical keys, Wayne. But it feels kind of mechanical. I like it. A lot better than this one that I was using. This is my old just desktop keyboard.
Yeah. And
it's wired too, so no lag. Got to make sure I'm not lagging.
That's right.
Do like Gamer Muscle killed you with a wheel. I love it. That's my favorite Gamer Muscle video.
Oh, that video is so good.
Okay, no more first-person shooter talk.
Back to sim racing.
Racing.
We do sim racing. We know it all.
We're going to switch to, actually, this is going to be inside first-person shooting. And then we got Billy, Assetto Corsa Porsche test drive out tomorrow? Today?
Tomorrow.
And then the Hori Racing Wheel Apex review will be out Friday.
Yep. And that's all our happenings. And then poll question, like I said, already mentioned this week's. Want to look at last week's results. This was a fun poll question. So last week we asked, how much money have you spent in total on sim racing? And out of the 337 responses, we had, let's go from least to most, those of you who spent over $10,000 was at 6%. And then those of you who spent between 0 and 500, 7%. So there's the min and the max of this bell curve. And then 16% of you each spent between $500 and $1,000 on sim racing in total, and between $5,000 and $10,000. And I think by this point I'm between the $5,000 and $10,000 segment myself. And then the majority a little over half of you have spent between $1,000 and $5,000 on sim racing hobby, which sounds about right to me. So
That was interesting. That was a good poll. I like that one.
Yep, interesting stuff. So, yeah, I mean, sim racing, it is a little bit of a financial hobby, but as some people there towards the bottom of the chart there, you don't have to spend a bunch of money.
No,
and that's what we always try to remind people. I think some people watch the show and see the stuff we review, and it's kind of like thinking we're like, go buy the latest and greatest and bestest, and it's like, no, you don't have to. If you want to, here's a review of it. Here's our opinion of it, but no, you can definitely go race for a lot cheaper, and you'll kind of see that in the review of the Hori wheel out on Friday, $100 wheel. So see how that performs.
I'm interested to hear your final take on it.
Yes, well, it's more positive than what I was telling you in Skype the other day. Yeah.
Good for them, so then we don't have to call it Hori Bull.
Oh, that's good. I should.
You like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go refilm so I can put that one in there.
Sim racing is like golf. You don't need $1,000 clubs. You just want them. You know what? Every hobby's like that when it comes down to it. It's like it's sim racing, man. Talk about being able to go down the rabbit hole. I saw Deadpool. All right, let's get to Q&A. We've got tons of questions here. We've been rambling.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I don't think we mentioned earlier, if you enjoying the show so far, got our volumes right, a like, thumbs up, we would appreciate it.
Yes, please. Or if my mic sounds like shit, Bill, and you guys are hating it, just give us a thumbs down. All right, Ron Smith, Q&A, Darren. The B&M straight shift is called the B&M automatic shift. There is a pic and description on Amazon. I would like to see this made for the PC and console. So you basically, if it's what I recall back in the day, my friend had a ratchet shifting automatic. I'm assuming you want something like that, but why don't you just get a sequential shifter, Ron? There's lots of sequential shifters on the market. The Thrustmaster turns into one, Fanatics, and then Derek Spears got one. Hirschenfeld has one. And, there's a bunch of them out there. So, sure, that'd be cool to have a B&M straight shift, but there's no sims that go through full automatic. So, John?
Let's see. Tom Jones. Okay. Why nothing about Cyber Monday iRacing $100 credits for $75? iRacing response to fans not happy about $83 yearly renewal. Maybe I did see that. It's I don't know. Part of me, companies these days, especially when you have something that's software that's unlimited, you can make as many copies as you want. They'll do a Black Friday deal and a Cyber Monday deal, and as someone pointed out earlier in chat, it's almost like the sales have been going on for it's almost like 2 weeks of sales, and I agree. I mean, I've been buying stuff kind of all before and after and all sorts of stuff. So I think that was just another deal. Maybe it's a makeup call, but I don't know. It's still cool to see.
Yeah, I agree. Black Friday has turned, like you said, John. I mean, Black Friday has turned into sometimes month-long sales for companies. Like I've been seeing commercials for Chevy or GMC. Black Friday all month. It's like, well, that's not Black Friday. That's the month of November sale.
Yes.
So anyway, we got tons of questions here.
Good.
Why don't you take the next one, John? I'm doing some cleaning up of the questions.
Okay. Marshall, the artist. Let's see. Has there been any update about Dirt Day/Night and new stuff, new season for iRacing? We kind of covered that earlier about the Dirt that's going to be delayed. Day/Night, haven't heard anything new, and I still think that is well down the pecking order. Something else that isn't sim racing, but I put it up on Twitter earlier. They showed off the new Cadillac LMP2 car that's coming to IMSA this year, and I retweeted IMSA's tweet with these photos, and I said, okay, sim racing developers, let's get this car in your game.
Sweet.
That looks good, and the Mazda from a couple weeks back looked good, and
Yeah, Mazda looked awesome.
I'm loving all these prototypes. So yes, I want to see them in a sim racing near you soon.
Yeah. So let's see. We're on Sween 92. What kind of cameras do you use to film your videos? So this one is just for this video. I think John and I both have the same camera, Logitech HD 1080p webcam.
Yes, it's like the 920, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And then for our other stuff, I can't remember that model number.
It's the Canon XA20.
Yeah. Both of us have the Canon XA20.
Pretty good camera.
It's a great camera. I love the camera. By the way, guys, we're not going to take any more questions. We're going to do all the questions that we have, but man, we got like 5 pages of questions already, so we got to get through these. So we apologize if you didn't get your question in, but save it for next week.
Oh, by the way, so Tim in chat here said Amazon sale on Thrustmaster is still going on the 599 wheel for $99. Use the link on this page. Yes. Use the links on our page.
Okay, so go ahead. You can get the next one. Mihei Alexandru Kazuku.
I'm glad you took a stab at that. What's the difference between the T500 RS and the VGTX Racing Leather? I mean, they're first 2 different wheels. T500 now 6-7 years old. TX a couple years old now. I mean, the biggest thing, we got a lot of questions about this with Black Friday because the TX or T500 was on sale for $400, and people asking if they rather get that. I prefer the TX and T300. They're not quite as strong force feedback, but they are smoother and they feel a little more. They're newer. They feel newer. The T500 feels a little bit last generation, and now they got the new. What's it? TSRS Racer? Is that it? TSPC Racer? Kind of goofy name. Coming out here later in next month or December. So I prefer the TX and T300s. And then the leather edition has the 28 centimeter leather rim, which is much nicer. The base TX rim is crappy, so that's a much better rim.
Agreed. The next 2 questions are for you, and then the one after that's for me. So you go ahead and take those 2, John.
Perfect. John, how's Fanatec wheelbase new firmware? I haven't hooked them up. I haven't raced them. I haven't had an opportunity to. Hoping to get to wheel buyer's guide stuff in December, and I will hook up the CSL again. Probably not the CSW V2 because nothing really. I don't think anything really new there. But the CSL with that Formula rim, which is really nice, is going to get hooked back up. And then Tom Jones, didn't Darren give you some butt kickers? Did you ever try them out? Yes, I have. I have transducers. I have not tried them out yet because keep on getting pushed by other things. So that's going to happen now with the new speakers.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're back. We heard you yell Char, and then it cut off.
So the next question is, how is Charlie? Come here. Everybody can see Charlie. Charlie's doing fine. Getting big as ever. Yes, Charlie loves me. Oh, yeah.
I almost started a show with Indy in my lap, but she was just like, I don't know, being annoying. So.
Charlie was sleeping.
Oh,
he's a good boy.
Good puppy. Meanwhile, while you got Charlie here, someone asked what speakers I got, and I'm gonna post them here. Should see them right now, and they're still on sale. They're not. They're a little more. I think I got them for $220. They're now $250. But those speakers used to be $600 here on Newegg. So they're like I said, just the feel of them. They are heavy, so they feel quality.
So does that come with an amp too?
No, I bought an amp separately. They had their amps on sale. I think I got this one, if you can see my mouse cursor. But it's the first one there, the Klipsch reference series 10-inch powered subwoofer. Klipsch. But no, these are, they have pretty good specs from what I looked comparing, since I don't really know too much about audio specs. But yep, that's what I picked up.
His credit card number is not listed on that page. Tom, shut the.
Yeah, no, I even looked to see if I wasn't logged in.
Oh, okay. Next question. Wait, what did you? Any news? Well, we did any news on iRacing 2017.
Yep.
We just did that.
Yep.
Will the T300 GT Edition pedal set be sold separately? Not sure. We have not heard. Next question. Frank Zappa.
I'm curious why Project Cars would not use Steam Cloud. I lost everything. LOL, PC noob myself. I'm not sure what getting at here.
So, like, Codemasters uses the Steam Cloud. So, like, you can switch between systems, and your save game stuff goes between the two systems.
Oh, so he's saying like he's had to like reformat a hard drive or something, and he's lost his stuff.
Yeah. And if it's the same guy I talked to this week, Frank Zappa, I talked to a guy through Sim Experience. He's a PC noob. Yes, Frank, you are. No offense.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, yes, I do mean sub, not amp. I misspoke. That's why chat's here. Keeping us in line.
Wait a second. So, subwoofer?
Yes, subwoofer.
So that speakers didn't come with subwoofer?
No.
And what about an amplifier?
Already got one of those.
You do?
Yeah, that was part of the kit you picked up. That was a receiver. I think a receiver and amp.
Wait a second. That was for the butt kickers.
Yes.
That amp's not going to work with those speakers. The clip. Shish.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I'll have to go buy more stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think you're going to need an amplifier for that.
Probably.
Yeah, because the amplifiers or amplifier for those butt kickers, those are definitely not going to work for those clippish.
Yeah. Well, then I'll go get one of those. See, this is why I haven't done this project yet.
Man,
I told you, I don't know the audio stuff.
But you got yourself some killer speakers for
Yes,
starters.
yes, we at least got that going. We'll figure this all out, and we'll do a show on it.
Yes, that would be cool. Actually,
Yes.
You know what? You can educate me because I am a sound system dunce, man. Ohms and watts, and I mean, I understand watts to an extent, but man, there's all sorts of different terminology that I am just clueless when it comes to that stuff.
Yep. Well, see, this is part of the fun thing about the show, because there's definitely things gotten into, over the last year that I didn't know, and you learn it, and then learning it yourself makes it easier to explain. So we'll figure it out.
John will figure it out. Where are we at now?
Orange.
Orange Jector is GT Sport GT7. When will they release GT Sport? No, it's not GT7. I guess it could be considered that, and we have no idea.
Oh, one thing that was interesting I didn't mention with the Fanatec thing. Thomas said they were hoping to get at the PlayStation 4 wheel out before GT Sport's released. Which, I mean, that doesn't really tell us much because we have no idea when GT. There was some report on GT Planet like a month ago saying like someone somewhere inside Sony said early 2017, but who knows? They tend to have delays with that title.
They're known. Polyphony is known for.
They are prolific for delays.
Multiple delays.
Yes. Peter Enzer, when you guys tested the CSP V3 performance kit, did you use a small PU foam in the kit, or did you cut down one of the new inserts? Just interested if it's better with no foam. I'm not running any foam in mine.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, the foam wasn't even like really an option, and even on the CSL Elites that I'm currently running, I took the. They give you a foam piece to put in there. I took it out. It's just rubber bump stops. T-Bone.
Yeah, same with me. T-Bone just picked up a used Oculus DK2 for $150. Seems to work in all games. Are the game hacks universal between the CV1 and DK2? I have no idea.
I don't think so. I think that was something of a rub for some people, but not fully sure. Quinn, you should make a review of the Alex Beleo sequential shift gear made in Brazil. Can always contact us.
Yep, have them send us one.
Info.
That's a John one.
Yes, info at InsideSimRacing.tv. It's on the website.
Yep. Epistemophiliac.
We always struggle with that name.
I know. Something emophiliac. Anyway. Hey guys, I'm looking for an affordable set of invertible GT style pedals with a load cell. Are the new Fanatec CSL Elite pedals invertible?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I guess you can invert.
It's possible.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. You could invert anything if you could have a strong enough deck mounted like this, and then have the pedals come down from it. You could do that feasibly.
There was guys that inverted the club sports.
Yeah, I have seen a couple. I have seen a couple of those. I just don't know if I would want that from a ergonomic standpoint, because hanging pedals kind of come down so you can go and really get your foot on that. But I don't know. I don't know if they really changed direction and ergonomically would feel how I would want it to feel.
Yep.
Let's see. Racing 393. Do button boxes work with Xbox One? If so, which ones? I have a CSL Elite wheelbase. Not that I'm aware of. On button boxes.
There was a guy that was making them. I know for the PS4, but I don't know. I mean, just do a Google search. Honestly, I've never had one. I know there was a guy that was making them specifically for the PS4. I don't know if it was for Xbox One as well. Mark Dolores, which should I buy, a CSL base or a CSW V2? John, why don't you give your opinion on that?
I mean, in the CSL review, I kind of thought, it depends how much you're spending, because a lot of it comes down to it depends what your budget is. I'll say that. They do not have a $300 performance difference in price. The CSL isn't that much, I guess you can say, tuned down from the CSW, but the CSW is all aluminum and nice and sturdy, and the CSL gave me some, there's some things I was kind of worried about, and it is more plasticky. So it really depends there, but if you want to take a chance and you're just wanting from a straight performance side, the CSL isn't much tuned down from the CSW, and $300 cheaper.
Is my sound clipping on your end, John?
No, you're fine right now.
Oh, someone's complaining about it. I'm going to take the next question. Steve Baxter, what's the optimal amount of transducers for SimVibe and optimal placement on an 80/20 rig? So it really depends on your budget. You can have 8 transducers running now with SimVibe. 4 in chassis mode and 4 in what's called extensions mode. So extensions mode is basically 4 individuals. So there's wheel mode, seat mode, shifter mode, and pedal. And all of the effects are the same on all 4, but they're just named based on where they could be placed, just as a suggestion. So that's basically, extensions is individual. Chassis is having one at all 4 corners. So I have both. I have chassis and extensions. I have 4. I have 1 on each corner of the chassis. And then I have 1 under my seat and 1 under my pedals. So either is fine. Chassis will give you separation, the chassis mode. So you'll have, and it gives you suspension effects if the title outputs that telemetry. Not all titles output suspension telemetry. For instance, Race Room does not. So anyway, so you get that side-to-side with the chassis mode. I ran with 2, one on my seat and 1 on my pedals forever, and that was great. So it really just depends on your budget. So anyway, oh, and if you go with both chassis and extension, you need 2 additional sound cards. One to run chassis and one to run extension.
Okie dokie. Let's see. T-Bone asks, what are your recommendations on the best VR racing sims? I'm liking Assetto Corsa a lot, just because it runs well. I don't have to turn things down as much, and now I'm playing with super sampling, maybe a little too much, at least for recording videos. But yeah, I really like how the layouts and just performance and how everything looks in Assetto Corsa. And then also for doing videos, I really like that. Me and Darren talked about this earlier. Like that the preview screen is a full screen, so you can go and capture that and put out videos. Where I wish others like iRacing and such, they just kind of a skinny vertical line. I wish they did a full screen render as well, because I would do a lot more videos. I think that's just such a really cool look. So yeah, I like Assetto Corsa. But I mean, driving wise, Dirt Rally's fun in VR. Or iRacing's fun in VR. Project Cars has had an update recently with super sampling that I need to try out. But no, I mean they're all. I mean the ones that support VR, they're pretty good experiences overall.
Yep. I like you and I talked about earlier. I thought iRacing, after they switched from the fisheye lens view, I thought it was full screen, and then I don't know, maybe it was just taking up too much processing power or something. I don't know. Anyway,
that is what I do wonder if that was the reason.
Yep. Joe McDonald, any word or hints on the new Thrustmaster TS PC? Not other than what we've told you guys. I'm hoping to get one soon. And actually, that's going to answer Orange Jector's question, too. I will not be reviewing that wheel. I'll do a first look and unboxing. I don't want any perceived conflict of interest on my review, so John will be doing the review on that, but we hope to have one out soon.
Yep. Are we at Visual? Visual 1677. Any news on when Automobilista Spelling is going to get VR support?
He wasn't sure if he spelled it wrong.
Oh, gotcha. That's funny. No, we don't. They're working on it, but haven't heard. Oh, actually, wait. No, there was something a few weeks back on the show. Their last dev blog, they gave a roadmap for 2017, and I think they said first quarter. I think so. That can go all the way to April. So hopefully that holds up.
Definitely. Next one, RTA Motorsports. I'm currently on a Playseat challenge, needing to upgrade for my channel. I'm looking for a workstation rig like a GT Omega Art with keyboard, but want future motion. Any budget ideas? You got quite a few things there that you want to cover. Motion, keyboard tray. I got to say, converting any current static rig to motion is you're gonna have to really be handy as far as and be able to fabricate stuff as far as DIY goes. Unless you're going with our rear traction loss, the Sim Experience rear traction loss, where you just build it onto a platform. But if you're trying to get seat motion, maybe you can get the next level motion. I'd say your best bet is just build an 80/20 rig, because then you can go full custom on it.
Yeah, and I zoned out there reading chat. I don't know if you mentioned this, but this did make that custom traction loss platform come to mind that we showed.
I just mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. Good. I was thinking about I bought more tools, and I was kind of like, oh man, I wouldn't mind trying out doing that project.
Well,
so, maybe sometime next year.
I think I know somebody that works for Sim Experience that can.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah, we might be able to make something like that happen. Next one's for you, John.
Tom Jones. John, can you make a video of bloopers? I mean, probably. There's definitely some bloopers. It's just going back through everything and and doing the editing at this point.
That could be a lot of work. We used to do them
Yeah.
back when Jessica was on the show, and we had some pretty funny blooper reels that we would run at the end of some shows. That all three of us we had some pretty funny bloopers.
Mostly it'd be a 30-second clip of 60 times of me going and pounding tables and stuff like that. I did one of these the other day doing the horror review. I was just like, get tongue tied and angry.
My favorite was, I think, when you were interviewing Sam Maxwell at iRace for Life. Oh, we have some more news about iRace for Life. Sad to say, iRace for Life, not going to happen in 2017. I talked to Scion a couple days ago. Due to logistical reasons and stuff, not sure if it's ever going to happen again. So last year could have been the last one. He's hoping to do something in 2018. Came up with some cool ideas that if they pan out would be really neat. But no iRace for Life in 2017 unless something changes. But as of right now, not happening.
Yeah, when I saw that post in iRacing forums, and I was thinking it'd be, well, we'll see, but it'd be cool to have that over like the Dallas karting complex. Of course, when you start doing that stuff, that costs money. But that's I went go-karting there once, and it's a good-sized building, and it was a sweet go-kart track.
Yeah, that would be cool. Talking to Scion, he knows Eddie Gossage, Texas Motor Speedway.
Yep.
So think about the connection there. Maybe something's possible there, which I think would be really cool. Probably wouldn't happen during a race weekend, a major race weekend, but
sim racing on their giant TV that's like 100 yards wide.
That would be cool. Billy, we need to do our own convention. I know. We should.
That would be cool. But people always say, like, I know there's some comments there. People are like, well, it should move around and all this type of stuff. And it's like, guys, there is so much logistics and money and stuff that goes into this. To just be like, oh yeah, it should move around the country. It's like, well, it's there in Dallas because Sion's doing it, and it's by his house and at the church where he's a pastor at, and it's like, yeah, there's a reason why it's there, and to just be like, let's do it multiple places. Yeah, I mean, one thing to say it, but let's then see you execute that and not have it be a bazillion dollars.
I'll put it out there. Somebody wants to be the main organizer of something like that, I will be happy to advise and help you maybe land some sponsors. But as far as having to deal with the logistics that goes along with it, count me out. That would be so much work to put something like that together. I mean, it took, as John saw last year, iRace for Life took a lot of time out of our schedule just to help that, go. And Scion handled most of the logistics for that. But if somebody out there thinks they can put something like that together, hit us up, and John and I will be there. And I'm sure we can get some experience to be there, and iRacing, and anyway, it's possible. I think Sim Racing Expo in the States, I think, would be really cool.
Where something like that would almost make sense if you could go, like, I know, for example, the what is it, the PRI show that's in Indianapolis coming up here?
Yeah,
something like that.
Sim Experience is gonna be there.
Okay, I need to try to go to that, because that's coming up in like a week or so, right?
Yeah, it's
December 6th.
Week from tomorrow.
Okay, but that'd be something where it'd be like, if you could give it the organizers, and if they could, like, I don't know, it'd be so hard because they sell all those spaces, but you can get them to gift you a space where you set up, people come and set up rigs, and then you got a bunch of people who are into racing in general, and it's already kind of a spot to be at. That would make a lot of sense. That would
be really cool.
So just throwing that out there to the world, and maybe if I actually make the trip over to Indianapolis, maybe I'll try to go throw that out to someone.
Yeah, there you go.
As long as I don't have to organize it, because like Darren said, tremendous amount of work and time.
Yeah. So I'll take the next one. Darren, did I hear you say iRacing new UI will be in next week's build? No. You heard me say that that's something that they're working on. I don't know if I specifically said that, but basically that's something they're working on. It's not going to be in the next build. Next.
Where are we at? I lost.
Happy, Crazy, and Wise. How do I get Fanatec shift LEDs and gear indicator to work in project cars and Assetto Corsa with my CSW V1? Everything works perfectly automatically with iRacing.
They have to support it. The weird thing is, I know Project Cars supports the V2 because I know, like last year when we reviewed the P1 Rim, that was like the only title it worked in right out of the bat.
Probably need to use Fana LEDs. That software.
Yep, that'd be one way to do it too.
Top
Gear. Yeah. Well, probably. Hey guys, Q&A. Are any pedal mods for the G27? Darren, you know this more than I do.
There's lots. Well, if they're still out there, there was tons of them. Just actually search our channel. There was a load. Rickmotech has one, as a matter of fact, a load cell. So you can check out rickmotech.com. Apex, I think it was Apex Electrics or something like that. They made a load cell. GTI is a spring kit. So yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. Racing 393. Do ISR do a wheel settings advice on various wheels and race sims?
I mean, once in a while we do. It's something wanted to get back doing more. I will say when Dirt Rally came out on the consoles, I tried to do one, but it was so all over the map I couldn't give just a standard setting. But no, that is something we would like to do more of, and it is popular. It's just getting the time.
Yep.
Mark Dolores, is $300 more worth it for a CSW V2 or stick to the CSL base? I gave that answer earlier. It's kind of a maybe thing. Bone Racer, Darren, are you still in VR? I can tell you the iRacing Formula Renault is freaking awesome in VR.
Yes, I am. I used it yesterday, as a matter of fact, and excuse me, I agree with you 100%. The Formula Renault is probably one of my favorite cars in VR. Loved the HPD for when we did Le Mans. So, anyway, yes, I still am, and don't have any plans to stop using it. I'll take the next one because it's actually the next two are directed to me, and then you can take the next two, John. Psycho Baldi. What happened to Frankenrig, Darren? Have you still got it? It is in many pieces right now. I'm sure, yeah, part of it still exists on my, with my Stage 4, like the monitor stand and stuff, the sound system. The base, that platform ended up going to the dump, got recycled. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I used parts of that 8020 to build that triple monitor stand that I had here. Built it, ran it for a week, and now I have my XR3501. So I'm no longer using that. But yeah, I still have it in pieces. And then the Top Gear. Hi, Darren. Do butt kickers work on the PS4, or do they just work on the PC? Yeah, basically a butt kicker was initially... a butt kicker is designed to split off the audio and work with low frequency sounds. So it'll rumble. You can hook it up to any sound system. You just need like a splitter, and you can split off your split off your woofer channel, and should work with that. John, you can take the next one.
Yep.
X2.
Let's see. T-Bone. Does Assetto Corsa require hacks to run in VR, or is it simply a Steam launch like Project Cars? It is a. It's not a Steam launch, but it is a launch in game. In the options, you choose single screen, triple screen, or VR, and you select it there. And then when you go into a race, you're in VR. And then let's see, Silverfry. I've been using the affiliate link for the Amazon UK store, which goes to the PC hardware section. Do you guys still benefit if I then go to order a microwave or something like that? Yes,
absolutely.
Sure. It's You just gotta get into Amazon through that link and then purchase something and then it works.
Shop away.
Yes.
It doesn't cost you anymore, and we get a little kickback.
Now that is a nice thing about it. That's what makes it nice. It's still free for you guys.
Yep. Well, not free. You have to make a purchase.
Well. Yeah.
Steve Baxter, have you tried adjusting the render dx11.ini file on iRacing? The mid load is 0. Set it to MIP load bias equals 2, and the difference is massive in clarity and the distance in the riff. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to try that. I've been meeting, now I've kind of playing around with the Corsa, and I've been wanting to get back and then play around with the .ini and iRacing with the VR stuff. I just don't know if I have as much headroom in iRacing. It's a little more of a load on my system, depending on the track.
Yeah, I'd have to get back to it too to check that stuff out.
FTR Racing TV. Hey guys, I have a Fanatec CSR wheel. Do you think it's still a good wheel, or am I missing out on something from the likes of Thrustmaster? Also, how many more live shows you doing before the year is out? Well, I guess I'll answer the second half first. I don't know, how many more live shows are we doing? I guess we're gonna keep on rolling here.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm sure we'll probably be off the last week or maybe 2 at the holidays. We'll kind of.
Let's just set the schedule right now. So Christmas falls on.
Oh, Sunday.
Yeah. So I'd say, why don't we take off like the 22nd, 29th, and then come back the 5th? What do you think, John?
Yep. No, that probably works.
So yeah, and hopefully I'll be here for everyone until we get to that point.
And then, Darren, I never drove with the CSR. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, matter of fact, I think I got one sitting right here. I do. Actually, it's right here. Look at this.
Oh, man.
That's a good wheel. Of the Porsche, I mean, it wasn't a Porsche wheel, but I think it was the best of that line. Yeah, you're missing some. I definitely like the Thrustmaster wheels better. I'd say you're missing quite a bit, jumping to like a CSW or then jumping even further into the rabbit hole and getting an AccuForce or a direct drive wheel. So it really just depends. You know what? And is it going to make you faster? Not necessarily. I like to the way I like to put it is adding another level of or layer of immersion. And, a direct drive wheel, it's not necessarily going to make you faster. I don't think any wheel is going to make you faster unless you're going from the hoary to.
I talk.
Okay, got something stuck in your throat there.
Yeah, that was. I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you just add another layer of immersion. Bottom line is there's guys that have won championships. Ray Alfala with a Logitech DFGT, which was the most budget wheel on the market. But again, you want to add more realism, more fidelity, better effects, then step it up. Like Peter says, money doesn't make you faster. It's just more fun and realistic. Now, that's for sim racing. Real racing, real life, money makes you faster.
Money does make you faster, yes. Let's see. Deadpool to Darren and John. Do you think a 5.1 surround sound system setup is worth it for a rig setup, or just stick with a good 2.1 system setup? Well, I had that experience of going from literally just 2 computer speakers last year, and then getting the Logitech 5.1 system, and yeah, I mean it's nice. It's nice having those back speakers like that. That is nice. Again, I don't know if it's like gonna make you faster or whatever, but it is nice for immersion, and it is sometimes nice if you're racing people.
Adds another level of immersion.
Yeah. So it's nice to have. I like it.
Yep, I do too. I prefer a 5.1 system over headphones too. I mean, honestly, now with With Oculus, you have those little headphones, which, man, I compare those to the old Walkman headphones back in the day. I mean, not that they're bad quality. I mean,
No, they're actually pretty good for what they are.
Yeah, but that's my chat. I use those for chat, and then I got my surround sound running.
So if you use that to hear chat, how do you talk to people?
With the Oculus.
Oh, there's a mic on there too?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's great too.
I just went and I popped it off and I had my Logitech headset.
Oh yeah, just set your Oculus to your microphone.
Yeah.
It's a good quality. I don't even know where the heck it is. Because think about it, that thing's sitting up here. It must be like.
I've never seen it, so that's why. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm banner show for me. Yeah. On top of stuff.
D&D Racing, what are your opinion on the delay of dirt on iRacing.com? It's a bummer, but hey, I prefer that they get it right versus rushing it out. So,
Infinity Dave, when do you think you'll get your hands on the TSPC wheelbase? As Darren said earlier, hopefully soon. Savable? Is the SimVibe / Butt Kicker video ISR TV did a while back still relevant with the latest versions?
Yeah. Well, you can. Yes, it is. It's still very relevant. We're gonna do another one, John. Basically, we got these pucks and an amplifier, so we're gonna show you how to use SimVibe on a budget. Also, gonna show you some other features that a lot of people don't know about with Sim Commander. When you buy SimVibe, you also have the ability to do an on-screen dash display. So if you're running triples, you may not need to have an external display. You can just use, and you have SimVibe. Anyway, we'll get to that when John does that. But
yes.
So yeah, those are still relevant. But we're gonna do an updated one fairly soon. Or John is.
Yes.
Right, John?
Yes.
Right, John? I'm looking at you, John.
Yes.
After
the buyer's guys.
Dude, just never gonna. Dude,
this is why it hasn't happened yet.
John, just hook it up for your own personal immersion to add that level of immersion, and then it'll help sway you to do the review. Next one. What are your other hobbies besides motorsport? Talking about earlier, one of them.
I don't know. I mean, stuff that I don't do anymore. I used to play hockey, but now I'm like, I'm going to sell the hockey gear now. I like airplanes. Used to build them. But no,
John
racing.
Real airplanes, by the way.
Yeah, real airplanes. Airbus A350s, Boeing 787s. But yeah, no. I mean, now I'm a huge racing fan. Racing is my favorite. Always been my favorite thing. So racing, sim racing. All I do.
So for me, as I was talking about first-person shooter gaming, I play volleyball in a weekly Parks and Rec league. By the way, John, I reached out to Kayla hurt her ankle, my daughter Kayla, and so we were short a player. We're playing with 6 now, by the way, John. And I reached out to the free agent list. Dude, we got this woman that played in college who's like as tall as me. Dude, she beast modes. She almost knocked some poor guy over last week. Last week we played. Anyway, so I played volleyball.
But by the way, guys, if you're ever looking for a retired college volleyball player, they live in Spokane, Washington. That is the most ridiculously deep volleyball place ever. I mean, seriously. I mean, we weren't a bad team last year, and we were playing a lower division.
We were playing in the bottom division. We're now actually, John. We're in the upper. We made it to the upper this season. We're doing pretty good. We're 5-3, and the whole team's getting better as a team. And I'm back to playing full time. My shoulder's feeling a lot better. But John's right, man. The competition level at Parks and Rec is insane. How good it is. And then we did Spike and Dig. Oh my God, that was crazy too. But anyway, so yeah, play volleyball. Really looking forward to snow skiing again this winter. And just outdoor stuff. Boating, kayaking, hiking, biking. So anyway,
I like what Billy put there in VR. I do all these things in VR.
yeah. Get your lotion out, John.
Hey now, let's see. ZN Gamer, would it give you an advantage if you turn force feedback lower or off? It depends what you're talking about. There's a lot of guys on the oval side who essentially do turn force feedback off, and I think that makes, if you ever tried that, I think that makes some sense. On the road side, force feedback, you don't necessarily have it high, but I feel you gotta have something. My reference is there's one iRacing forum back, I don't know, over a year ago now, I think, that Gregor Hutu, they were talking about this, and a lot of the iRacing oval World Series drivers were coming in and saying they have it off. Gregor came in and says he runs it at 12 in iRacing, which isn't high, but it's something, he said, to have something for him. So there you go, fastest sim racer in the world. A little bit of force feedback.
Yeah, it's just a personal, however you want it. I don't like too much, especially when we're running these endurance races, man. I don't need to be spent, halfway through my my run. And great point, Peter. He goes quite high, but make sure it doesn't clip. So you don't want it too high to where it's clipping, and you're losing out on the fidelity. Last question for the day.
Just one more thing. I was going to add, for me personally, when I set up force feedback, and especially in something like an iRacing where you can see those clipping, I set it as high until I clip, which, on something like a T300 normally isn't like that high.
Yeah, so. And that's pretty much what I do with the AccuForce too. I run with quite a bit of feedback. Final question for the day, John. Dylan Murray, do either of y'all plan to play iRacing Dirt?
No, absolutely. It's gonna be fun learning how to do that. And what I'm really excited about is to see Billy play it with him having real world winged sprint car experience. I'm really excited to see what he thinks of it and watch his videos and all that kind of good stuff. And but I'm looking forward to learning it and seeing the shenanigans those early weeks on dirt.
Yeah, me too. I definitely plan on it. Actually, I'm going to answer this last one. Q&A to Darren. What can you review now that you work with Sim Experience? Anything software related or something that's not going to be a competitor for Sim Experience. So, like we did the Oculus Rift review. Now that being said, my time is pretty limited right now. My job with Sim Experience is more than full time. So, I'd like to be involved in more reviews, but I don't have the time right now. So,
and by the way, this isn't someone at Sim Experience whatever is saying Darren can't. This is self-imposed.
Yes, yeah, no, Bernie, and and it's just I don't want there to be any perceived conflict of interest, so it's just not worth it. I am going to be reviewing the SimWind that Richard McNaughton sent us soon. I keep forgetting about it. Again, I get with that Black Friday deal, man, and Cyber Monday for Sim Experience. That kept us very busy. And now I've got some Stage 5s sold. We got PRI coming up next week. So anyway, I'm hoping before the end of the year, I'm hoping to do a piece on that DIY SimWind. But just doing this show takes a lot of time away from Sim Experience, and it's not even that much time. It's just, man, my days are full. So anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up. John, anything else from you?
No, I think that's it. I saw a few questions we were able to get to, so apologize to that. But come back next week. We'll do it all again.
Please, yeah. answered a lot of questions, and sorry if we didn't get to yours. We tried, but there was just lots to talk about today. You and I were just rambling about a bunch of shit today too. So hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully my sound wasn't too bad. We're going to listen back and we're going to find out and hopefully and make any adjustments if we need to. No, I'm not going to PRI. I just saw that question. So again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. For John Sable, I'm Darren Ganji. See you guys next time.